new product. We need a new product tune.
I know. All right.
New product.
Okay.
Get on it, somebody.
Yeah, first up, squishy cable.
Squishy cable. This is a Phil B request. Phil B's been doing a lot of stuff with pixels and wearable stuff, and he's like, hey, there's this silicone wire that's really good for wearables work. And I was like, okay, so I got a sample of it, and it's actually kind of cool. It's, the photo is really good, but I'll also show it on the overhead. So it's clear, so it's a little tough to see, but there's 4 conductors inside, and it's 24 wire gauge, and it's like super, super flexible because it's silicone. So, it is, waterproof, of course. You want to heat shrink the, what ends to whatever if you want to maintain the waterproofness. But it's just really soft and flexible, and you can like twist it around a lot, and it won't break. So this is very good for wearables or for anything where there's a lot of motion, maybe robotics as well. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting to carry some of this. So we have it in the store.
Yeah.
Sort of like the gummy worm of cables.
Yeah, it's very interesting stuff.
And since John, the photographer's here, John, was this difficult to shoot at all, or is this straight up like?
It actually, every time I rolled it up, it kept unraveling until Becky did a special
Becky not
wearable secret knowledge
she was
thing.
in the Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
That's why.
Uncooperative.
But it was cool.
Model here.
Once I got it to photograph, like the refraction in there, that was like the coolest thing
that's
ever.
nice.
Okay. Next up, Lady Ada. What's this?
Pi reference card. I thought this was kind of a cute idea. It's a little circuit board, and it's super skinny, and it fits onto the Raspberry Pi. And so if you're using just like female header breakout cable, not like a Pi cobbler, it labels all the pins for you. So I was like, yeah, it's a really good idea. So we also shot a really great photo of it on the Pi. It works with both V2 and V1 Pi. You just flip it over for V1 because there's like 2 pins that are slightly different. The numbers are different. And I'll show it on the overhead. But yeah, you just slip it on. Can I go to the overhead?
Oh, you want to go to the overhead? Sorry.
On the overhead? Yeah.
I'm getting there.
We're getting there. Okay, so here you got your Raspberry Pi, and it's designed so it can only go one way. It can't go this way. It can only go on this way, so that's really handy. And it slides on, and it gives you plenty of extra header, and then you're like, which pin is 5 volt? Oh, yeah, it's that pin. And then if you're like, I have to connect to like I2C or whatever, you can really easily figure out which pin is what. So it's really handy. It's really cute. I think if you're using a cobbler, you might not need it, but if you're just connecting wires directly, it's very handy.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
Next up, I got this little Pi camera holder.
Yeah, Pi camera. Actually, don't have the assembled Pi camera holder, so we'll just look at these photos.
Yeah.
But it's 2 pieces of laser cut plastic from Pi Maroni. They make the Pi Bow. And it's a really handy little adjustable holder. You can adjust the height and the angle. And it has a hole in it that can fit a 1/4-20. So that's the sort of standard camera mount. So if you have a 1/4-20 hex nut, which you can get like at any hardware store for 25 cents, or they'll probably just give it to you if you ask for one, you can attach it to a tripod. So
yeah, okay.
Maybe check out the tripod
we'll
photo.
Keep moving. Just so folks know, we don't have Pi cameras. They're seriously delayed. We got sent some. We were asked to send them back.
Yeah.
So we don't have.
We have
any,
negative cameras.
We don't have any. We have a lot of people signed up for them. The second we get them in.
If we had them,
this is completely outside our
we would
control.
totally have them. We don't have them.
Yeah, we're trying to do everything. It's just there is no Pi cameras. Okay, next up.
Can you just show the one with the tripod?
Yeah,
the one before then.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you can see it attached to a tripod. Yay! Good tripod. Okay, next up.
Next up, this next thing is being called the Raspberry Pi of telescopes. This is the CELESTRON FirstScope. And these are just some of the photos that the company has. It's a low-cost telescope for kids, but it's also for adults. One of the cool things is around the scope itself, it has lots of names of astronomers and scientists and people who discovered all sorts of things about the cosmos. And got these happy people using it together.
It's actually a really, really good quality scope.
It's very durable.
It's really durable, too. I was actually kind of surprised. I was sort of expecting, like, is it, like, cheap, like, particle board and, like, it'll fall apart. And, like, because we've got a sample of it. But I was really impressed with the quality. It is a really, really nice...
yeah, and it's... since this is a bigger thing,
it's also heavy. It doesn't vibrate at all.
Yeah.
They've got these nice rubber bumpers on the bottom.
And the whole rotating thing.
It all rotates, and it's got this little rotating lazy Susan thing, which
Yeah,
is solid,
yeah.
and it doesn't jiggle at all. Like it's very solid. It's
If
got
I can-
caps.
Yeah, when I look through this, I can see everybody watching Ask an Engineer. Oh,
I see you.
Yeah, don't do that.
I see you.
Okay, so this is pretty neat, and it's at a great price, and we think there's going to be some fun hacks for it, and we're really excited about it. And it comes with a couple lenses, and this is one of the new things that we're adding to our Young Engineer category. We're all going to do a Pi thing with this.
Yeah, we want to maybe see if we
Yeah.
can put a stepper motor on it to motorize it and move it around. And then you can also, this moves up and down too. So with 2 steppers or 2 servos,
Yeah.
you might be able to do some basic tracking, which I thought would be really neat.
It's also useful in the daytime too. I was using it outside, and you can see really far away.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so very cool scope. Okay.
A great beginner scope.
Yeah. Next up,
Telescope.
Lady Ada's super lucky 40-pin FPC to breakout adapter plate.
This is really lucky. This is the luckiest product we have. It is super lucky. I designed it for myself, actually, and I actually designed it like 2 or 3 years ago when I was first doing like OLED and TFT stuff. It's just an adapter from 40-pin FPC to breadboard, because I've been doing a lot of stuff with OLEDs and displays, and they all have like slightly different pitches, and sometimes they don't even use connectors. Sometimes you actually have to solder it directly on. And I can show that here, for example, on an OLED that I'm not using. Whoa, hold on. So this is the adapter plate, and you can see there's 0.5 millimeter, 0.6 millimeter, 0.7, 0.8, and 1 millimeter, and then it has a 2 by 20 breakout over here, and then it also breaks them out on the sides. You can, if you have one of those like really big breadboards, like with the multiple, like this full-size breadboard side by side, this will plug in nicely. So yeah, for example, like this, it has like a strange connector that it doesn't use a socket. You actually, it's supposed to be soldered directly on. So in this case, I would, put it directly on top of like the 0.8 or 0.7.
I've got a photo of it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can also go the other end.
Oh, can you go back to
I'll go
that?
back.
Thanks.
Look at
So you would line it up to the FPC and then solder it, and then you could connect to it on the breakout. So it's something that I used. This OLED actually didn't end up being in a product. It wasn't good enough for us. But to test all of them, I needed a tool, and so I made a bunch of these. And then I was like, hey, this could be really handy for people. So I put Super Lucky on it, and it's in the store.
Okay.
Check it out.
And then next up,
Get your luck on.
this is the one that gave John some hard time. John, you had a hard time on this one. Sorry.
Yeah. What was this like?
This is one of the perils of operating Adafruit in the middle of Manhattan. Lines from missing the window for the refresh rate. I had to use 1/10 of a second shutter speed, and all day long the one train just running underneath the building.
Yeah.
And it kept shaking it, and it was driving me nuts till like much later in the day, and I was able to actually get all these pictures without
we asked
any
them to
shake
stop
at
the
all.
trains, but they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it. I don't know.
We're trying to take photos up here.
Yeah, I remember when I first shot the LCDs and OLEDs, I'd take it down to like 1/20th. That was like the only way, or 1/5 even.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to get it. Because otherwise, it's a passive matrix. OLEDs are passive matrix, not active matrix at this size, and so it's hard to get all the pixels. But we have all the pixels.
Do you want to show it?
Yeah, sure. Let's
Okay.
show it on the overhead. We also have great photos, but some people want to watch it live, so you can actually see the refresh rate if the light's on. But if I turn the light off, the shutter speed goes down. So I'll reset it. So this is just a graphics test. So this is a really nice big OLED. It can do, all our graphic stuff, text, lines. On the back is an SD. Yeah, this is the SPI code on the back. Actually, I don't remember if this one, but some OLEDs have like built-in line drawing and rectangle drawing techniques, so you actually it's built in, which is kind of nice. But what's really cool about OLEDs is you can see them from any angle very, very well, which is not true for most low-cost CSTN or LCDs or even TFTs. So it's super skinny. The refresh is just because of the camera. In reality, it's a very steady image. It's really crisp and really beautiful, and the contrast is excellent because each pixel is an OLED. It's actually LED, so the black is true black. So you don't get that kind of grayish black that you get with TFTs because there's a backlight. There's no backlight here. It also means it's very low power. You only light up the pixels that you need to, so it uses a lot less power than a TFT because you don't have to light this huge backlight. And then on the back, I'll turn this off. You can see the connector. We have a level shifter, so it's 5-volt, 3-volt compliant. A little boost converter for the OLED, and a microSD socket. We have some code to load bitmaps from the SD. So yeah, you can do anything. 1.5-inch display. It's really nice.
And we're going to have 1,000 different varieties soon. It's for John to take
Of
photos.
OLEDs?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to go to Staten Island and do all those. 'Cause
I'm trying to get more OLEDs. These were the first few. I actually have a contact now at the OLED factory that I like the most. So hopefully we'll be able to get more, because sometimes it's hard if you're not, a camera company or like a cell phone company to get displays. They just won't sell them to you at the quantities, but hopefully I can get them to sell me 1.7 and 1.3-inch displays as well.
All right. A little tight on time, but we still have some time. We're going to end new products. That's new products. Thank you, Lady Ada.
No problem.
New
pleasure.
products.